All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha HaKodash Shalom Yom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach on what is the last days and who are the true leaders of Israel. I want to give a strong shalom to all the Akim when the four comes to the earth, plus the word of truth and sincerity, making the calling and election sure, making the bodies living sacrifice, as well as a large multitude of men, women, and children who the Lord will have mercy on these last days, better known as the righteous 1/3. All right, and I want to give a humble salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, no matter what your outside appearance may be. All right, this is Brother Mashal. Come back at you with a quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. I want to say the water Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, forgive me the spirit and having the mercy for allowing me to do this lesson. And real quick, I just want to go into an article that popped up a little bit earlier, but I just stopped driving for the day, so I'm gonna do a quick lesson and lay it down. But this article is from WOWK 13 News. All right, posted 1 day ago. It says Ohio residents can conceal carry without a permit starting Monday. All right, now we all know what this is all leading up to, man. Okay, Esau wants you wants Jake to bug out. All right, he wants these people to get out of hand, man. Okay, why is that? So that way he can implement martial law. Because the more the guns that's out in the streets, the more of a reason it'll be seemed to give to the people that not a lockdown needs to be implemented. Okay, so without a permit, what do you have? You have people with violent offenses. They don't have to go through background checks. All right, people with messed up mental states, demons on them. They don't need a permit. Okay, you're gonna be, in a bad predicament, man. Okay, these police are gonna be, so nervous when they pull somebody over because they don't know, what's going on, man. Especially with now anybody can carry. All right, your 87-year-old grandmother, she can carry, man, if she wanted to. All right, and she can't see a damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, so this is what this is coming to, man. All right, and Esau has a plan where he's gonna make it come to fruition, where he's gonna be able to implement martial law. He's gonna be able to implement a lockdown because people are gonna go get out of control. All right, and the brothers always mention it, but it's gonna be like the movie Purge, man. All right, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, and I'm gonna get some precepts. So we're gonna wrap it up. But you can read this article on your own. It says a new concealed carry law will go into effect in Ohio next week, and many residents have mixed emotions. I think it's a good thing. Resident Nick Young. More armed citizens is always a good thing. You see, and this guy, he probably already has his guns. Okay? He already has his guns. So he don't care if somebody else has theirs. Okay, but the more people that are armed without any guidelines, the worse off it's going to be. Okay, and Esau is going to use this. All right, it says starting next Monday, anyone in Ohio who is legally eligible to own a handgun can conceal and carry a handgun without a permit. It says it somewhat worries me about some of the people that might carry them. I think they should have some kind of training. It says that means gun owners would not have to go through the extensive process of obtaining a permit to conceal and carry, including safety training, background checks, paying a fee, and more. Jumping down, It says, with this new law, when pulled over by police, citizens will no longer have to inform an officer that they are carrying a concealed handgun unless an officer asks. This doesn't sit well with some of the law enforcement community. All right, so expect a high spike in police fatalities, man. Okay, we already know the mantra is shoot first, ask questions later with the modern day slave catchers. All right, but now they don't know what's going on, man. You know, all these people riding around with tinted windows. You know, these police is gonna be on edge. All right, and they're taught to ensure that they go home to their families, no matter what the situation is. All right, so with this law, they're gonna make sure that they go home. They're not gonna be, you know, they're gonna be walking up to cars with their guns drawn, man. All right. It says, I know a lot of residents are happy about it, but they're not on our side of it either. Megan Murphy, a patrolwoman, said. It says, having that constant worry that we are going to be their next target. It says some gun salesmen believe that this will increase handgun sales. However, with recent shootings, some people worry that now is not the time. All right, because you have all these mass shootings, man. Okay, and these are people that's passing background checks. Now imagine how it's going to be when anybody can get a handgun. Anybody can get a rifle. Okay, it's going to be all out chaos out here, man. To the point where the police ain't even going to want to patrol no more. Because every time they step out of the car to pull somebody over for going 3 miles an hour over the speed limit, it may be their last ticket they write, man. Okay, so these police officers are going to be on high alert. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's it on that. So this is what's happening, man. Out here I'm not really sure about, you know, other places. I know other states are not requiring a permit, you know, to carry a gun, but I don't know the specific states. I'm just speaking on the state I'm in, Ohio. You know, but you know, it's coming down to where, hey, all these states are gonna pass the law. Okay, all these bug outs, man. And this is exactly what Esau wants. All right, let's go to 2nd Esdras 15. And verse 14. We're gonna start at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth not. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see? So the destruction of the masses are drawing nigh, man. Okay, and we see it with these laws being passed, man. All right, and it says that one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. All right, these people are not going to regard anything, man. You know, being in the hood, man. You know, Jake get a body or two, you know, and he don't get caught, man. He walk around the ghetto like he that dude, man. Like he's a god. All right, so imagine the boldness that people are gonna have, man. Okay, the road rage incidents where everybody's carrying. All right, it's gonna be all out chaos, man. Verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men," and that's the word sedition means an uprising. All right, it says, "in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Okay, so not regarding the kings or princes, meaning not regarding the government, man. Okay, not regarding the police force. Because what happened was that every police officer was armed, and they were the majority. Okay, you don't have a lot of people that are armed and walking around. All right, but you got two people in a patrol car. They pull up to somebody's house. Everybody carrying. They ain't going in there. They're not going to want to go. Okay, and then it's going to be an uprising against the government because the people are going to see that they have that power over the government. And then what's the government going to do? Implement martial law. Bring in the UN troops, the blue hats. All right. It says, verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, so a man is not going to be able to go to a city because it's going to be on lockdown. Okay, this is all of Esau's plan, man. We got to understand that Esau has an agenda. Okay, but not only does Esau have an agenda, the Lord has an agenda. And the Lord is allowing Esau to fulfill his agenda. Okay, when you read Job 20, it says that when he's about to fill his belly, then destruction shall come upon him, roughly paraphrasing. And around the 24th verse, somewhere around there. All right. So men are going to be afraid, man. You're not going to be able to know who's carrying a gun, man. You go to a grocery store, you may be checking out the apples, make sure they ain't bruised, and next thing you know, you getting a bullet in your leg, man. We are coming into some very serious times now, man. And the only way we're going to be able to get out of this is by the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. The wisdom and the knowledge that we're learning under the grace of Yahushai is what's going to keep us alive in that day, man. All right, not anything else. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and strength of salvation. All right, verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so to see this great tribulation, man, is that hour of temptation, man. Jacob's trouble. All right, it's gonna get chaotic. It's gonna get hectic. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna be a bad time. The scriptures talk about that it's a day, it's a time like no other. Okay, so a man is not going to have any pity on his neighbors, man. The neighbor that you kick back and drink a beer with, shoot the breeze with for a couple of minutes, whatever. It's the same one when he runs out of food, he's gonna grab his gun and ransack your house, man. Because he's not gonna have any pity on you. It says, but shall destroy the houses with the sword. All right, they're going to ransack everything you have, man. It says to spoil the goods, all right, because of lack of bread, meaning the famine of food. We already see the scriptures talk about that the full storehouses shall appear empty. We already see that. All right, and for great tribulation, man, the dire straits that these people are going to be in, man. Okay, but Lord willing, we're part of that number. We won't have to worry about anything, man. Okay, because in Isaiah the 65th chapter it says that my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. All right, so, and we believe that, man. All right, but it's a time that's coming that's like no other, man. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah 1 and verse let's start at verse 19. It says, if ye be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. Okay, those are the blessings, man. We're gonna the when you're under the obedience, the Lord is gonna look out for you, man. All right, the Lord is gonna send His angels to keep a watchful eye over you. But what happens if you don't? Let's see, verse 20. But if ye refuse and rebel, you shall be devoured with the sword, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. Okay, you're gonna perish, man. You're gonna be the one that gets hit by a straight bullet, man, when these people are shooting out, or having a shootout. You're gonna be devoured during these race wars. You're gonna be devoured by you know, the pro life and anti life. All right, you will be devoured with the sword, man, because people have refused and rebelled, man. The scriptures say in Romans the 10th chapter, I believe. Let me get this real quick, so I won't butcher it. Romans 10 and verse 27, I believe. 21, Salakia. It says, but to Yasharali he saith, all day long I have stretched forth my hands unto a disobedient and gainsaying people. You see, so these people have refused and rebelled, man, by the mouth of the Lord. And who is the mouth of the Lord? The prophets. So they will be perished with the sword, man. Okay, it don't matter if it's in these race wars or if it's by these nuclear missiles, man. Okay. Esau, the Edomites, are the Lord's sword, man, when you read Psalm 17. All right, let's go to Job 36 and 11. It says, if they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity, in their years in pleasures. Same thing what that Isaiah said. All right, verse 12, it says, but if they obey not, they shall perish with the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. Okay, so you finish, man. These people are about to lose their mind. These cops are about to be so paranoid for their life that they're gonna see imaginary weapons, man. Okay, with no background checks, with no permits, anybody can get a gun. Now these race wires are gonna start coming more so in the forefront. Anybody can get a gun, man. They gonna have Esau's gonna have these elites are gonna have it where, man, you can buy one get two free. Have at it. You don't want to be caught up in that crossfire, man. You're gonna have to use wisdom to be able to maneuver, man. Let's go back to 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter, and the 24th verse. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Okay, and the point of this, because it's going into that's a whole nother lesson right there. All right, but it says that friends shall fight against one another like enemies, man. All right, the same dude you kicking it at the bar with, talking shit. Hey, he's gonna be when his children's stomach is touching the back of their spine. Yo, he's gonna be looking at you like, man, what you got what you got in your crib? All right, friends will fight against one another like enemies, man. Yahweh Shai said that a man's foes will be they of his own household. All right, he was quoting that from the prophet Micah. All right, so you're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to watch it, man. You ain't gonna be able to trust nobody, man. Only people you're gonna be able to trust is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. And pray that He gives you the spirit of discernment. All right, because this and two, this is what we have this grace for, man, to build our spiritual self up, man. Okay, because you're gonna have to use spiritual judgment to keep yourself out of situations. All right, let's go back to Isaiah 19 and verse 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." You see? So the Lord is going to put a spirit on these people to fulfill His will. Okay, and the Lord is putting a spirit on Esau to pass all these laws, man. Okay, because the scripture talk about in Proverbs, real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 20. No, let me get Proverbs 16. That's the one I think I want. 16 and 9. It says, "A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps." You see, the Lord is directing the steps of everybody, man. The Lord is the Father of spirit, so He is the one that's guiding each and every single person, man. Well, I'm not gonna say the Lord is doing that, but He's overseeing everything. Okay, because He has His angels on the right side doing His bidding, and He has the angels on His left side doing the bidding. The Lord doesn't do anything but oversee everything to make sure everything is going according to plan. Okay, so the Lord is directing the steps of these Edomites and these government positions to pass these laws, man. All right, let's get a couple more. We're gonna go to Psalms 37. And verse 28, it says, "For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not His saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off." You see, the Lord loves judgment, man. What is Yahweh Shai coming back to do? Let's go to Revelation 19 real quick, and we'll come back to that. Revelation 19 and verse 11, it says, "And I saw heaven open." I mean, the Yahweh Shai was cracking the sky with the host of heaven, okay, with the chariots. It says, "And behold, a white horse," not a literal horse. The white meaning pure. That horse is representing the power. Okay, these chariots are pure energy, man. Okay, being driven by the Spirit, not by fuel and and stuff like that. It's all controlled by the Spirit. It says, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. All right, and in righteousness doeth he judge and make war. All right, so in righteousness does the Lord judge and make war, and that's what he's coming to do. So when we go back to Psalms 37. It says, for the Lord loveth judgment. You see, that's what the Lord loves, is judgment, man. The scripture talk about that there's no respecter of persons concerning judgment. Okay, so the Lord loves judgment. The Lord is a man of war. And it's about to be a war zone. All right, but it says, but he forsaketh not his saints, man. So we're covered, man. When we walk in the Spirit, we're covered. 2/3 are going to get that judgment, man. But the Lord will not forsake his saints. That's the Spirit. I just did a lesson yesterday about that. That the Lord will not leave nor forsake us. All right, but it says, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off, man, because 2/3 of our people are considered wicked. Edom is the wicked of the scriptures, but 2/3 of our own people, the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, have made yourself as the wicked, man. You've made yourself as the heathen. Now you will get that judgment that the heathen are going to get, man. Why? Because the Lord loves judgment. The scripture talk about in 1 Peter that the judgment shall start in the house of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, and let's wrap it up, man. Let's wrap it up. Let's go to Jeremiah 15 and the 2nd verse. It says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as are for famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. All right? So these are all things that are appointed. Every man has their appointed time and their appointed lot. Okay, so the Lord is using these Edomites to execute judgment. By what? By the force of the sword, man. Okay, because that's what this country was built off of. And people and Jake loved the American pride, man. Jake loved, going and celebrating 4th of July and Memorial Day and all this with guns and bloodshed and all this. That's what's gonna happen to them, man. Instead of glorifying in Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Jeremiah talked about that. Let him glory in this, that they know me. Okay, but what does Jake do, man? They glorify in the glory of Edom, man, of Basra, of modern day Basra, and that's why they got to get taken out, man. That's why judgment must start in the house of the Lord. By what? By the force of the sword. People are going to be uprising with swords in their hands. And what is the modern day sword? Is the gun. All right, so Lord willing, us was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and infinite worship to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, Lam Yom. Double honors to the apostles and others of Great Millstone. I want to say Kwame Sharala, Ababa Ball, Shalom.